singing just the same. Singing, singing, singing just the same. Singing, singing, singing just the same. Wearing lots of ribbons, ready for some dancing, keeping myself happy, keeping myself sane. Write myself a new song, play it on the fiddle, singing lots of nonsense, singing just the same. Singing, singing, singing just the same. Singing, singing, singing just the same. Singing, singing,
All right.
singing just the same.
Welcome, welcome, you guys. Hello, hello.
Singing, singing.
It's time to get this party started. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully you can. Let me get this off of here. All right. So, oh, you don't need that. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I just want to make sure. Pretty sure. Hi, Wendy, Cecilia, Pam, Marianne, Kelly, Darlene, Debbie. Hi, guys. Oh, good. Glad. Got everything set up. Took me a minute to get things going. All right. So, I'm going to give people a few minutes to jump in. Let's get over to the beat table, the good stuff. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Let me know you're watching. I'd love to hear from you. All right. So, we are going to be working with the Meraki box. We did the unboxing last week and we made that cool bracelet. And this is all the goodies that came in the box. And today we're going to be matching up the Meraki box from Just Me Lincoln and some of my favorite Humblebeads. And if you are watching, feel free to like and share this video so that more people can see it. We always love that. And the subscription box, it's a monthly subscription box, and today's video is sponsored by justmelincoln.com, and that is where you can find the box. Every month it's a different inspiration, and so this month it was a garden inspiration. And as I'm going through making things, I'll point out what was in the box and what was in my stash. So we're going to just jump in. I'm going to work on as many projects as I can get through today. And you guys feel free to ask questions along the way, talk to each other. We love the comments. Eva, I like that you're sneaking in a little Bead Table Tuesday. All right, so I'm going to start with this pair of earrings. Let me get you guys up there. And all of the middle components here, so the little green, olive green bead, the filigree, and the silver bead, those came in the kit, and then the little drops and what I'm going to do on the top, that was separate, along with the wax linen that I'm going to use to tie. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take an 8mm jump ring, and I'm going to attach the pendant, or the charm, and the little lentil bead here together. So I'm going to slide that through. I love layering the metal filigree with beads on top of it. It looks really nice. Okay, so I got that done, and then I put some little 2 by 3 millimeter beads on jump rings, and I did a little loop. So I did a little bit before. Hi, Susan. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to open up this loop, and I'm going to stick it in the center here. And close our loop. Oop, we don't need the little extra fuzz. And actually, okay. Just wanted to make sure things were going to flop around the right way here. Okay, so I'm going to wrap around 2 times tightly, and then wrap around 2 times on top of that, like I always do. And you want to make sure you're ending in the back of the charm so that that little extra piece of wire isn't sticking out towards the front. Well, not extra piece, but you know, the end. You don't want that little end to be towards the front of your piece. Which okay, I got it right. I'm like, which I just did, but I didn't. Hi, Lorraine. Okay, so who has the box? Have you guys been making jewelry from it? What's been your favorite pieces so far? I really loved the color palette from this box. I found it super inspiring. Okay, I'm sticking on my second one, and I'm just going in the next little hole that's on the bottom of this filigree. Closing up my loop, hanging on to it while I wrap around 2 times tightly. And then 2 times on top. So do you guys all have bead hangovers this week? Man, the Great Bead Extravaganza was so much fun. I loved it. I found it very inspiring. Like, maybe one of the most inspiring ones I've sat through and watched. I really loved everything about it. Okay, I'm going to do the last one on the other side now. Oh, Chris, you're out running errands and at the doctor's office. Well, take care, my friend. Hopefully, good, healthy news, as we all wish. Okay, closing this one up. And let's talk about this color palette. So this peachy pink salmon color and green, those are complements on the color wheel, so those always work together. And then the blue works because it's next to the green on the color wheel, so that's how you get this really harmonious color palette. Okay, and you can see I have brass, pewter, and copper, mixed it all together. All right, now what I did here on the bottom is I attached this with some wax linen. So I have about 6 inches of wax linen here, and this is 4-ply, and I'm going to stick it through the bead to the back, open it up, and then slide my components there. Nice and tight. And now I'm going to take my jump ring and I'm going to slide it through one direction, and then I'm going to take the wax linen and slide it into the other side of the jump ring so that they're crossing over each other. And I'm going to tie these together on top. So I'm tying the 2 ends together above the jump ring. And I'm going to wrap it around the jump ring and tie again. Or on top of the jump ring. So underneath the little pewter bead. Pull that really tight. I'm just going to pull the ends of my cord towards the front because I'm going to trim these off about, 3/8 of an inch. Just enough to have a little bit of color there. And then we're going to twist those open so that we have a nice little fringe on both sides. And now we're going to take another 8mm jump ring. Oh, and before I do that, I'm going to grab an eye pin. Emily, I will have Jessie look at that. And we'll get that out right away if it hasn't already. All right. Well, hi, Zach. You're super excited. I love that. Yes, the little bit of wax linen is just a great way to add a tiny bit of extra color. Let's see, I'm looking for a little O bead. I want to put a little O bead. Oh, no. Yeah, I do. I want to put an O bead on the bottom. Okay. So I have some little gold O beads here, which are glass beads. I'm going to put that on the bottom. Oh, actually, we're going to put the beads on the opposite way. So this is the top of the element that we're making. And I put the little 3x5mm spacer bead cap and then my Humblebeads, and these are all from my stash, the disc bead, and I'm going to throw that on, and I want my bottom ring to be going left to right, or loop, and I'm going to do this one. Oh, actually, I don't need to make it big, so I'm going to use my one-step looper, make things easy on myself. And this is the 1.5mm one-step looper. Oh, yeah, okay. So got that in nice and tight. Give it a squeeze. I'm going to have to fix this up a little because I was not close enough on the bottom. Okay, now we're going to use the 8mm jump ring. I'm going to slide it through the little big hole bead that we had, and then slip the bottom of the disc bead on. Close that up nice and tightly. Oops. Oh, you didn't see that happen. Okay. And I want to make sure that that jump ring gets closed nice and tight and stay on camera. Whew. It's a lot of responsibilities when making a video. All right, got that done, and now we're ready to throw on our ear wire. We have this very dangly dancing earring, which I'm totally digging. And it's super, super lightweight. The bead is an acrylic bead, and so there's like hardly any weight at all to this, even though it's a nice long earring. So we have all the repeating round elements, and the little pink on the bottom relates to the pink discs on the top. So that is earring number 1. I'm not going to make the other side because you guys don't need to see me make 2 of them. Now let's go to the next one. And I have pre-painted something. So I'm not creating on the fly, like I've designed all these pieces. I took about 2 hours yesterday getting ready for the video. Sometimes I can sit down and make something really quick, but this one took some forethought. Okay, so I painted the little butterfly deco rivet, and I've used a coral color and white for this guy, and then I sanded it with a buffing block. And I'm going to attach it onto the filigree. I'm just going to find where I like that the best. Let's see, I kind of want, there we go. I want it to be more like it's, that we can see a little bit more of the swoopiness of the filigree piece. Here's one I did earlier. Okay, I do have that on the top. I kind of want to do it going the opposite way on the other ear so that they mirror each other. Okay, I like that. Do I? All right, even better. I like it off to the side so more of the filigree shows. So you just take this and you have the little prongs on the back and you just fold them over and close them up. And then your piece is attached. I'm just going to give that a little, make it a little snug. And so here is the charm part for our earring. And now I'm going to do a little birdie on top. And for that, I'm going to grab a little spacer I want to put on the top of it. Spacers are your friends. Don't be shy with them. So here we're going to use bead caps. And I'm going to do a little wire wrapping with 20 gauge wire with the art metal one. The butterflies are so pretty, aren't they? Butterflies are such, oh, did we have someone being spammy? Beads by Lean? All right, I think we're all good, guys. Okay. I have the 20 gauge wire. I just took a big chunk. I don't know how much is here. And I'm going to go about 2 inches from the bottom and make a nice loop. I'm gonna bend that loop so that it's straight above. And then I'm going to open this up. Slip this on in between the top 2 little openings on the filigree. And now we're going to close this up. Okay, I'm going to pinch that down just a little. It was a little too opened. And so I did 2 wraps tight, and then I'm going to do 2 wraps on top of that. Oh, Sandy, if you're new and you don't know about the magic paint, let me grab that and show it to you after I get my little tail tucked in here. Okay, there we go. So there we have the little guy locked on there, and I'm gonna grab the paint real quick. So the paint I use is Ultimate Paint Colorful Soul Ultimate Paint. It's by Vintage, VINTIJ, and this is permanent paint on metal. You don't need to do any sealing on it. It becomes part of the metal, and yeah, it's great stuff. So you can look back through my videos, some other ones, and I have some techniques on painting with this, and you can also look on the Vintage website. They do lots of tutorials on using the paints with metal. And so they are specially formulated to work on metal components. Okay, now we're gonna string on my little bird here. The 2 bottom pieces of the earring were in the kit, and the rest is from my stash. And I'm going to throw on the bead cap. I got to trim some of this away. That's just too much, Heath. And then we have the 3x5mm little bead, the same one we used on the other pair of earrings, but we're going to use it on the top here. And now we're just going to make a little wrapped loop on the top. So guys, if someone is spamming, can you let me know what platform you're on that you're seeing that, so that I can go back and take care of that or report them? Okay. And I'm going to do the same wrapping where I do 2 times underneath the loop. And actually, I think I'm going to end at that. It looks good just the way it is. So I'm going to call that one good. All right, and we need the top loop to be going front and back so that we can easily put our ear wire on. Just like that. And then I have a little dangle to put on the bottom here. Let me move these out of the way. So there it is, and you could leave that as is, but I'm going to be a little extra, and I have a little 5x8mm check glass flower, a bead cap, and another bead cap because, you know, I'm feeling extra. Hi, Cassandra. Nice to have you here. Okay, so I'm going to do a nice larger loop on this because I'm going to slip it on the bottom of my earring. Okay, not that big of a loop, Hev. Phew. Okay, that's good. And then we're going to open this loop, slip it on the charm, and then we're going to wrap it 2 times tightly and 2 times loosely. Okay, one more, and you definitely want these guys to end in the back. And I'm going to tuck in that little tail. Not sure if I have this on right. It might be backwards, but I'll just fix it up after. No, we got it on close enough. So there is earring number 2 with the little butterfly flying on the garden gate. Love it. So we got earring number 1 and earring number 2. And now let's move on to this little pendant here. I'm going to grab some eye pins. And I'm going to do, this little tiny bead came in the kit. The O bead is from my stash. This 5x3mm is from my stash. And then the little coral color bead came in the kit. So I'm going to use the little one-step looper to make a quick little loop here. And again, this is the 1.5mm one-step looper. So we're going to close that. Helps if you bend your beads back a little as you're closing it. And then your little loop should get closer, but that one is a little off. I'm at a really awkward angle too. Like, working under the camera is not easy. Okay, so there we have that one. I'm going to do the second one. Need to grab 2 more spacers. And the O-bead spacers, Cassandra from Beads to Live By, that's a great place to get it. And speaking of Beads to Live By, Cassandra is hosting the first Jackson Bead Festival in just a few weeks. Class registration closes in just a few days, the 27th. And so if you go to Beads to Live By, you guys can find out more about that. I'm going to have a booth selling my beads there. There's going to be several artisans selling their beads along with bead vendors. Cassandra has her bead store there, and all the instructors will have their fabulous work for sale too with kits. And it's going to be August 8th through the 11th, and this is in Jackson, Michigan. Okay, now I'm going to grab an 8mm jump ring. Okay, I want to do something kind of a little funky. I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to try it. Okay, so this component and the 2 little beads came in the kit, and then everything else for this project is from my stash. And I make the little poppy beads, and I did add a few of them to the website today, so if you're interested, go ahead and take a look. Okay, I'm going to do, I want this to lay a little bit lower than the pendant so that more of the filigree shows. And so I'm going to do 2 little jump rings, and these are 5mm. And again, I don't know if this is going to work. We're just going to try it and see. Sometimes you have great ideas, and sometimes they may flop around like a dead fish. Sandy, I will not have kits at the bead show. We will have tons of beads, and Jessie is making lots of faux tin components for the show. Okay, so I'm going to put this, actually I'm going to use a slightly thicker jump ring. This is a 9x25mm. And I'm going to slip this on here. There we go, come on. Okay. You can do it. There we go. And I'm going to close this. Oh, actually, I'm going to leave it open for a minute because I'm going to use 2 little jump rings on the top too. So we're going to repeat those 2 elements. And again, like I said, hopefully this all works out. I don't know. All right, I'm going to close those guys up nice and tight. Sorry, I think I was off the camera there. Okay, now we're going to throw these little jump rings on. Close that up. And I'm going to grab an 8mm jump ring for the pendant. Okay, I'm getting nervous. Here's the moment of truth. Oh. I might not be able to use the jump ring. I might have to make a little bail. Yep, I'm going to have to make a little bail. Which, let's see. Okay, if that fits on there, let me puzzle this out with you guys. Oh, Sandy, thank you so much. Bead shows are so much fun. We'll be making things that are just for the bead show, that will be exclusives for the bead show. So we're always excited to share that with you guys. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to have something attaching there, but let me check out my jump ring situation and see if I have a skinny, bigger jump ring that would fit the bill. Oh, here's one maybe. I think that's a little too thick. No, not gonna work that way. I think I'm going to, all right, I think I'm going to use some more wire. Sorry, trying to find my little beads that I had here. I'm going to use a little blue bead to tie in the ones that I'm going to have up here. Okay. So I'm going to stick my 20 gauge wire through here, leaving about 2 inches. Oh yes, Emily, we haven't been to bead shows in so long. So Cindy asks, where can you get the kit? So it's a monthly subscription kit, justmaylincoln.com. And I'll just show again, here's all the goodies that came in this kit, and then all the stuff that I'm adding that's not on this little picture are things from my bead stash. And so you can get this kit until the end of July, and then Jess will have a new one for us. Okay. So I'm just going to wrap this around 2 times. Keep it nice and small. I'm going to pinch that closed. Tuck that in. Okay, and I'm going to put that little bead on. And I'm going to do a loop at the top here. And let's see, I think I'm going to... We'll see how I get this attached. It's a mystery, but we love it. Okay. Yeah, we haven't had bead shows, and I haven't been to a bead show in a really long time. There's been some smaller ones in Milwaukee and around the country, but I haven't gone to any since the last Bead and Button, which is no more. So I am super, super looking forward to hanging out with beady friends, bead shopping, and bead shopping, and then doing some more bead shopping. And just having an all around super inspiring creative weekend. Okay. How do I want to make this work? Alright, we'll see how this goes. This is, I think, a 14mm jump ring. And then I have my bigger one here. And now I'm going to grab some of the 9.25mm jump rings. And we'll see if this is going to work. It may not. you know, sometimes it is what it is. Hi, Jessica and Anne from Guardian Beads. Thank you guys for joining us. Okay. All right. Thinking about this, seeing if it's going to work. It may or may not. I think it's going to work. Okay. Let's just close those up. And again, if I do something on a video and then after the video I hate it, I just take it apart and try something else. As we all should. It's no big deal. They're just beads. Okay. Not 100% convinced, but also not hating it. So we'll just leave it as is. How many jump rings can we use on a necklace? There's no limit. Okay, you know what? I'm liking that. Alright, let's go ahead and close that up. This is a huge, heavy-duty jump ring. Whew, that's some tough stuff. Okay, now I have this little beaded leaf that I've shown you guys how to make before on different videos. Candy, the bead show I'm talking about is in Jackson, Michigan, which is kind of towards the east side of Michigan. And that's where Beads to Live By is located. And it's going to be at a an art center. Is that what it is? Let's see. I think I'm going to put this on the top pendant so that it doesn't fall behind. I'm going to close this jump ring up and open up the big jump ring because, yeah, brain power. There we go. Now we're talking. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Sometimes you just have to see it to the end, Wendy. And Wendy said she would have bailed. She would have been scared, but you know, you just got to try it and see what's going to happen. Okay, let me see which jump rings. I need a slightly larger jump ring to attach these little guys. And I think I'm going to use the 9.25 ones, a little bit bigger. And you know what? I'm going to undo this because I think this will look better if the brighter color is in the middle. So we're just going to switch that around really quick, and then we'll be done with this one. Yeah, that's the stuff. Okay. Yeah, that works much better for me. Okay. One step loop. Pull that bead back a little. Oh, didn't turn out perfect, but I'm really struggling with the distance between my beads and myself today. Okay. Now we're going to slide this on. And then the last step that I'll do is add the chain, but I'm not going to do that on camera. We're going to move on to the next piece here. Okay, so we're going to have, oop, did I do that wrong? Oh yeah, we're going to have one on this side and one on the other side, and then I'm going to attach just a simple long chain at the end here. So there we go. All right, I think let's do this one next. So we have my pendant. It's not from the kit. What came from the kit are these two little beads and the filigree pieces that I worked with before. Those guys, I bent it in half and made a little bail and pinched it closed nice and tight. So this isn't going to go anywhere, but I'm going to use a little attachment. Oh, you'll see what I'll do. Just to kind of tie that together a little bit. So I'm going to take one of those blue beads and I'm going to make a really big loop. All right, now I'm going to open that up and slip it through on the bottom here. Okay, using all my power to get that on. Here we go. I'm going to turn this kind of upside down a little. Close that loop. Sorry, I got to do this next to me to get it started. Okay, now I'm going to grab onto the loop and wrap around 2 times nice and tight like we do, and then 2 times on top. Okay, this is the front, so I gotta wrap one more time. Or I could just open it up a little and cut this so that it's going to end in the back. There we go. So here I have my little bead at the bottom that's kind of holding that jump ring. So that jump ring, it's not going to go anywhere, but just in case. Okay, now we're going to make a little bail for this guy the same way we did with the other pendant, except this time we're not going to use any beads in the middle. All right, here we go. We're going to have that 2-inch tail in the back. I'm going to fold those over. Actually, I'm going to bend this one so it's going straight up, just like that. And then we're going to wrap this around 2 times on the bottom. Trim that off. And then we're going to do a wrap on the top. Oops, I scraped my camera. Okay, so here's the loop on the top. I'm going to open this up and slide on the jump ring that's on the bottom here. And then close this up and wrap around, a little bit messy, 2 times on the top here. Oh, I'm going to do one more. Even that little mess out a bit. End it in the back, and then just gonna pinch those wires together, just straighten them out just a little bit. Okay. Now we are going to, I took the little leaf from the kit and I added some of that colorful soul paint. I did 2 layers. I did one in earth, and then on top of that I did the aged bronze. So that's what you're seeing there. And now I'm going to take another head pin. I'm going to throw on the bead that was in the kit, that little crystal, and then this bead cap came from my stash. Oh, you know what? I think I'm just going to do, if I can find them. I think I'm just going to use a head pin. Oh, I can't seem to locate them. Oh, here they are. Okay, I'm going to use a 1-inch head pin that I can just open and close on the side here. Yeah, that'll work much better. And I'm going to do my own loop because I need it to be a little bit bigger to fit over that larger jump ring. Okay, get that on there nice and tight so that the beads aren't rolling around on the head pin. Okay, now I'm going to open that up and slip it on over our jump ring. And I'm going to do everything on the right hand side just because I like the way it looks. No real reason, I just like the way it looks. Okay, so we have that guy, and now we're going to attach, I think I'm going to just pinch the ends of these, of the bead cap, just so it's a little bit more snug around the bead. And you can find these ornate bead caps on humblebeads.com too, along with the lovebirds pendant that I made here. Okay, and now I'm going to do just an 8mm jump ring to attach the check glass leaf onto the pendant. Laura, I am struggling, so thank you for the compliment. I don't feel like I'm making anything look easy. Okay, this is a side-to-side bead, and so I'm going to have to use wire. So I'm going to grab that same 20 gauge wire. I'm going to slip it through about 2 inches, and I'm going to pull it up into a little triangle above the bead, just like that. And now, let's see how I want to do this. I'm going to take the longer end and make it go straight up. I'm going to take this end and wrap it around 2 times. And then trim it off in the back. Okay, and now on the top here, I'm going to make a loop going front to back, and I'm going to add it. Oh no, I don't need to add it to, yeah, I'm going to add it to the jump ring before I wrap again. Okay, wrapping around. Open that up. Slide it on. And then I'm going to wrap again on top. I think I'm just going to wrap around one time just so that it's in the back and I can trim it. I don't want that to be too thick and crazy looking. Gotta have it a little tame. It is a garden after all, not a field of wildflowers. So we're in a little bit of control. Okay, now I'm going to grab these guys and hopefully this works out like I want. Cross your beady little fingers, you guys. Hi, Holly. Nice to have you here. Okay, this is the 9 by 12 millimeter jump ring. And there's a little hole right here. Oop. I think it might be a little small. I'm going to try that again. Let's see. That would be an impossibility. See if I can stick my pliers in there and widen that hole just a little bit. It's a nice thing about the brass being malleable. Okay, maybe not that malleable though. Let's see. I'm just putting my pliers in and moving it back and forth to widen that hole a little bit. And it worked! Yay! Cue the crowd. Okay. Now we're going to close this up. Nice and tight. That little seam should pretty much disappear on us. And I'm going to repeat on the other side. And that one's much easier because there's a bigger hole. Okay, and now for the rest of this necklace, make sure that little bead is popping in the front, not the back. I'm going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work. So these are little glass beads that I got from Rustic River Finds. It was here. Yes. And the crowd goes wild. I feel like I just made a home run. Thank you, Wendy. Okay, so they're like a little glass drop, and they're made by an artisan. I got them from Rustic River Finds. I don't know if Trish has any more of them. I don't even know what they're called. They're just little glass drops. But you can email Rustic River Finds and say, hey, Heather showed us this. Please help us. So I have them in different colors. So I'm not going to do the matching. I'm going to kind of see which way I like the best. There we go. And I'm going to do... We're going to see if this works. I don't know if it's going to work. It's another one of those. Okay. Let me close this jump ring up. And usually I wouldn't tease you guys with something that would be hard to source, but they were just too perfect not to use. Just too perfect. Okay, so I'm going to slip this on the bottom here. Oh, maybe I should do it in the front. That would make more sense. And I'm going to slip on the other jump ring. Close that up. Better than I just did. There we go. All right, let's do that again with the next one. So I'm going to close up the 9x25 thicker jump ring. And then use the 8mm jump ring to attach the two, with the bead going in between the two. And I want the little glass dollop, I don't know where, the little glass drop is going to be on the front of the jump rings. Okay, I'm going to do one more. So we are closing this. Oh yes, Deb, you get to go to Rustic River Finds. Well, yeah, I don't have my beads in any stores right now just because we can barely keep enough in stock for you guys on the website. So yeah, no stores, but Rustic River Finds has so many awesome treasures. You're going to have such a great time shopping. And now you can look for some of these little glass drops and you'll know what to do with them. Okay, closing that up. And so I'm going to repeat the other side, not on the video though, because you guys don't need to see that. And I'm going to do a chain at the top. I think I'm going to do a little bit of this chain on each side, like that. And then I'm going to do a thinner chain to finish it off. Probably the same thin chain that I'm going to use on this. So there are my 4 half-done projects. I will finish these up and take pictures for you guys. I have this little one up here is going to be a necklace, so I'll make that. It's pretty simple. The only thing that's going to be a little different that I'll do before we do our drawing for today, I'll show you how I'm going to do the little links on here. And I'm taking that 20 gauge wire, thinking, okay. So I'm going to start right in the center, and I'm going to make a loop right in the center, just like that. I'm going to grab onto the loop, and I'm going to wrap around tightly. Let's see. Do I want to go 2 times or 1? Just once. Well, I guess technically it's 2. And I'm going to shape this wire a little bit so that it's a marquee shape. And now we're going to add the super duos on both sides. Oop. Sometimes the super duos don't have holes. That's why it wasn't going on. Okay. That one is not working. Okay, these These green ones are giving me trouble. Oh, okay, this idea is probably not going to work then, because all the green beads have a thicker coating on them. Oh, that one works. Yeah, the holes just aren't going to work on there. Darn, I was really hoping that would work. So, my alternative, I will do 2 rows with eye pins and attach them together. And so, I don't have to show you anything because you guys know how to work eye pins. And so we're going to make little rows with the eye pins because that's what happens sometimes. Okay, so we got the butterfly where we did the deco rivets, and then we have the little round elements that we tied together with the wax linen. And then we have pendant number 1 and pendant number 2. And then I have some earrings that I'll finish up for you guys. So let's go ahead. Yeah, you could call them a mushroom or like a mushroom button. And Kimberly, if you have a check glass mushroom button, they would work because they would definitely... Oh, that's a great idea. If you have check mushrooms, mushroom beads. Yeah, these are artisan glass ones that look... They're just like little drops of glass. Like she just took them and made a little swirl. But yeah, definitely mushroom beads would work. And those are readily available. Okay, so let's do our giveaway. Oh, 1 second. Let's go ahead and do hashtag garden, all lowercase. Oh no, Jess, I see you're on there. I know that's the hard part. Go ahead and enter hashtag garden, you guys, and we will do a $30 Humblebeads gift certificate. Hey, Jess, do you, these are in your mom's, or they were from your mom's shop? They're like these little, here, let me show you real quick. They were from an artist. I can't remember her name. And does your mom still carry those? And if so, can people email your mom and order them? That's what I used on this necklace. Let me show you. Right there from my old adornment stash. I had these from all the way back from our last adornments retreat. So, Jess, thank you for joining us. And if you want to share the link directly to... oh, you did? Okay, great. So Jess has the link on there directly to the inspiration box. And, of course, you can go to Jess May Lincoln. Let me see. Let's get the banner up. JessMayLincoln.com is where you can find Jess's goodies. And then Humblebeads.com is where you'll find the art beads that I used, that we added from my stash. Okay. All right, you guys, keep entering hashtag garden. There we go. Okay, teardrop glass bead. Do you guys have them? Do you know, Jess? Oh, we do. It's unicorn glass. Oh, here we go, guys. Jess had all the answers. Okay. Only in the shop. Well, darn. Well, you guys can look for unicorn glass beads. Or we also decided that mushroom beads would do the trick too. Check glass mushrooms. So you guys could look for those also. All right. Are we slowing down on the entries? Hashtag garden. That's what we're going to... Yeah, online look for unicorn glass strands. And they have, yeah, oh, definitely. Hunt, my friends, hunt. No. And in the shop today, I did add the 2 pendants and more of the little birds, and then the other components that I'm going to be using later that I will just show you pictures of, those are all going to be on there. Okay, those drops come in 3 sizes. And so this is like, I want to say about a 10 millimeter, 8 to 10 millimeter for these little guys. Okay, no problem, Tina. If you guys do hashtag garden, it just counts you 1 time, so no problem. All right, let's go ahead and draw our winner now. Fingers crossed for all of you. I know, Wendy, we're all going to go hunt for some more of those beads. Oh, my friend Kelly, yay! Kelly, I will just have Jess email you because he has your email, so you won't need to get a hold of him. So you have 30 Humblebeads bucks to spend. Woo! All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Had a ton of fun with you. My camera seems a little out of focus. Oh, well. I will see you guys here next Tuesday for another video. I have a bracelet we're going to do, and so we'll see you guys next week for that. Have a great week. Have a good, have fun with all your bead supplies that are going to be arriving in the mail this week. Always so exciting after the Great Bead Extravaganza. And again, justmaylincoln.com is where you can find the Meraki kits. And Jess, thank you again for sponsoring today's video. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. Oh, before you go, I will just give a little shout out to our next online jewelry class. Is going to be the Field Guide Jewelry Retreat at the end of August. We're going to be doing faux tin, bead making, and saltwater etching. It is a super inspiring mixed media week. And we're going to start getting ready for the fall because end of August will be way closer to autumn than it is right now. As you can tell, I'm an autumn nut. Give me some leaves and I'm a happy girl. So if you guys are interested in that, you can head over to humblebeads.com and look in the online classes and you will see that. All right, guys. Emily, I will have just email you. He usually... He's been on the computer all day, so maybe he just hasn't made it to your email yet. But I will have him check that out for you guys. And Jess has everything for the kit. Before I go, there's these little blue beads. Those are all sold out. So Jess will be putting in a different fun assortment for you that has a slightly different bead, but it'll be fantastic because Jess is a great designer and I know it'll be fantastic. All right, guys, take care. I'll talk to you later. Happy creating. Bye.